Hello, welcome back to It's New. I'm Barry. With us is Crystal Carter, Quick Studio.
Hello.
We have YDROM. I just learned that spelled backwards for Morty.
Yep.
I just figured that out. Well, I needed some help from Morty, who's a teacher who actually knows how to help people understand basic concepts. So thank you, Morty. And Greg Finn, who comes up with the snazziest and most helpful headlines on the planet.
It's debatable.
You were stressing about it before the show.
I just came up with one, then I switched the story. I want to cover a little more for everybody today.
I thought you were constipated, but you were just trying to.
On that, I'm going to be touching on talking about, I don't know where this, something about like Google Search Console, £sign showing up there, meaning proving that there's some type of canonical issue with Google. It's a wild theory. I got to talk about that. YDRM. How do you pronounce that? YDRM?
Yidrum.
Yidrum. Okay.
Yep. Notes. Just adding more comments to the peanut gallery.
Okay. And Crystal?
Okay, so I'm going to talk about two things that are completely unrelated. The first one is basically like, haven't they taken enough from us? I'm talking about Sitelinks not being blue anymore, which just irks me to no end. But it's kind of the main story, but we'll talk about it more. And then also I'm going to talk about some new ad formats, just veering a little bit off piste from my search lane on Reddit.
And Greg.
All right. Google Ads advertisers will need to assess new call and location extension assets tests.
So I found this from Glenn Gabe, who tweeted it on Twitter, X, whatever. But basically, notes, which we talked about on the Google SERP, are now coming to YouTube videos, or a test, or at least limited users are going to be testing out notes to offer context and things like, hey, this isn't actually a real video, or it's a deep fake, or whatever it is, to offer context to YouTube videos, which is confusing to me because there already are comments on YouTube videos. So you have notes and comments? I don't understand how this makes any sense. Maybe I'm just missing something. Maybe I'm missing a lot.
I can't tell you what's going on with notes. I don't understand. Why wouldn't you want more engagement? Why wouldn't you want comments on something that people are looking at the TV? I look at comments on my TV all the time on YouTube. Why wouldn't you want them in one spot?
I don't get it. And it's talking about, like you can like upvote them and you can see which you think. You can literally vote on thumbs up comments.
It just Google, when it comes to social, they just don't get. I mean, Google Plus, Orkut. I mean, you go back in history. It's just they don't get it.
And honestly, this transition to like getting like the Reddit fire hose and everything is the best they've ever done. Like I think that and X too, when they had that and they'd pull in a bunch of tweets and things like that. But I just don't understand why they're still trying social. Like it's such a low effort like try. I don't get it.
You saw that piece on Wall Street Journal about somebody like, we're all fed up with Google and we're switching to Reddit for everything. And the person's like, I tried Reddit for a week and it was great for this, this, and that. And it was Wall Street Journal, of course. Google, Wall Street Journal is known to hate on Google, which is fine. But everything that comes up in Google is Reddit. So I don't understand. Like if you want Reddit, just go to Google now.
I think there's notes. There's notes everywhere, but like the only place we really want them is in the analytics. Like bring back annotations. Like that's all I'm saying. Like
I keep my notes in my notebook.
Oh, yeah. Old school.
I don't take notes. On that, Crystal, go ahead.
Okay, so speaking of things that are not that we don't do, apparently Google is testing not putting Sitelinks in blue. So testing having the Sitelinks so that they look just like the other links. This is something that was reported on Search Engine Roundtable. And basically, like they're saying that if you would have the top link would be blue, and then the test is showing that the other site links are black. And I hate this. Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah, this is not gonna last.
I want my links to look like links.
Yeah, this is weird. But Google tests everything, so. But nice find, Matt McGee. He was very upset I didn't cover it last week, but I'm covering it now.
If they're wanting feedback, the feedback is boo. Boo.
Nothing makes me angrier.
That's the feedback.
There's nothing in the world that makes you angrier except for
Nothing
spelling your name
makes me
backwards.
Weirder than blueless Sitelinks.
Make them
What
blue.
about-
It's very
What
simple.
about
These are the rules.
conversational ads? I mean, that seems pretty crazy.
Okay, so this is reported by Animatic Bola on Search Engine Land, and she's talking about how Reddit has unveiled new conversation ads. They are machine learning powered. They are designed to be incorporated into the thread of the conversation. So let's say we have a conversation about, oh, do you hate blue links? Do you love blue links, etc. Conversation thread, and then in the mix, they're updating how they're going to show the ads from their sponsors, et cetera, throughout Reddit. They're saying that it gets a lot more engagement. Anu reported that, they tested it with Lenovo as a case study, and they saw a 40% lower CPA. They saw a 30% year-over-year, lower 40% lower cost per acquisition, and an improvement in CPA overall. And then, like, looking at other things, like other sources as well, are saying that that's machine learning powered. And the thing I find interesting about this is that Reddit is really, really rinsing their API for everything it's worth. So they're doing stuff, with other advertisers. Are doing stuff with Google. They're also doing stuff with OpenAI, which hasn't been reported very much as well. And that is helping them to do a lot more interesting ad formats. But I also think that because they have all these partnerships with OpenAI, because they have these partnerships with Google, the way that they're testing how they're going to have, really, really embedded machine learning powered, machine learning triggered search ads could very well inform how we see ads going forward in the sort of OpenAI, AI-driven SERP of the future. So I think that this is a really good one for watch this space, and I'll certainly be studying how these ads are rolled out.
No, I mean, I think the big change here is like Crystal had said, is there's bigger media, there's carousels in there's now calls to action. That's one thing that I think Reddit does pretty decently, is make sure that they're listening to their users. So one issue that I've seen, because I'm a Reddit user, is sometimes those ads are hard to know they're ads, right? And I think that's the big thing, is when you've got those carousels, you can see it's a call to action. You see it's not just another comment. I think that's a big deal, right? Like, you're allowing people to really differentiate between comment and ad. So I think it'll be good overall.
Right. And then I saw you spotted something around call and location extensions for Google Ads.
Yes, actually, Anthony Higman from AdSquire did. And there are some new tests going on for call and location extension ad formats within Google Ads. So the test spotted by Higman was these more like cards. Instead of just having a direction or having a phone number, they're these sort of gray cards that you can swipe. I think it actually makes a ton of sense. And I think a lot of these changes we're seeing from a UI standpoint are likely due to making things look better in the AI overviews, right? So we have to think of what are these ads going to look like? What's an RSA going to look like? And then how do we make these, assets or ad formats or whatever you want to call them look a little bit better? So it's nice. I dig it. And I think this is a very nice change. I don't do a ton of local, but I'm sure local people will like that. And then I just want to touch on one more element that I thought was kind of funny from analytics, is that Google Analytics put out a tweet saying that they're fixing their attribution model to better associate conversions to paid search. That was the title of your article, Barry. And they had said they're adjusting how we attribute conversions to capture campaign information. Basically said this change may increase the number of conversions attributed to paid search, potentially affecting your ads campaign spending. So you are paid, you still have the same amount of conversions. It just might look better for your paid search. Weird that Google Analytics is doing that. Strange. Why would they do that?
Yeah, ads. They are.
I love the fact, I love it. And Barry, I know I'm not allowed to talk, but I love the fact that you can make a DDA, right? You have your own attribution model that you don't tell anybody what it is. And you can have Google Ads in there and you can do whatever you want. Like, why wouldn't you just make Google Ads slowly look better and better and better?
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you, Google Analytics, for making that happen.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
People want to be good advertisers, right?
But you can't get linear anymore. You can't see anything anymore. They took away linear attribution. They took away. I mean, you have DDA or you have last touch essentially. And
First they come for our links, then they come for.
And now they took away linear, so you can't actually do the math and figure out what's being accounted for.
Who needs math, Greg?
Just trust Google.
Everybody needs math.
Trust their AI.
We all need math.
It's crazy. A math company, a data company.
I have a calculator. I'm fine. I don't need math, y'all. Chill out.
Okay, talking about math, there's this weird theory going around in the SEO world today recently. It's something about like Google Search Console and how they show in the performance report these pound signs and these hashtags or pound signs. And because of that somehow relates to Google determining what is unhelpful for the unhelpful content, for the helpful content update. And that also proves that's some type of canonicalization issue with Google search. A lot of this weird, I don't understand how I watched a video once. I need to watch it again. It's some video that Caroline came up with, Holzman, and I understand why she's coming up with it. I just didn't understand how she connected the dots. I have to watch it again. But John Mueller saw a lot of the SEO community talking about this, and he's like, sorry, no. The pound signs in the Google Search Console performance reports specifically report on-page site links. They have nothing to do with canonicalization. The theories around that are completely unrelated. He said site links are counted separately in the performance report. If you filter by URL, you'll see them there. If you look at queries, they're folded together with others, and there's a whole document from Google explaining all this. It's nothing to do with canonicalization. Go ahead, Mordy. I know you
Well,
want
no
to say
problem, because you're not getting any more clicks from site links because they don't have any color anymore. So problem solved.
But I think also like this is I think like hashtag URLs or like URLs with hashtags in them or whatever. That's not new. Like, you know, if you have anchor tags, that's how you add it. Like that's in there. And then also, you know, I've seen other ones and they have that squiggle in them as well for certain sections for like sort of, you know, sections of text. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're worried about.
I don't know. Like you lead to one thing. You I don't know. I don't understand it, but it caused a lot of confusion in the industry over the past few days, few weeks, a couple weeks, and it's crazy. I mean, these things come up, and I love these theories, but this was a little bit out there. So I wanted to I wrote a quick article saying what John said, what a bunch of SEO said, and what the theory was, and you can watch the video. It's pretty fun to watch.
I'll watch the video, but I've definitely seen like I'm looking at a Google Search Console right now, and all of the hashtag URLs are all like anchor links.
Right.
On the page.
So anyway, just be careful with that, and definitely take a look at that if you heard anything around that. It's been very popular discussion over the past couple days, I believe. And I think Lily Ray had a good comment on that, and Mark Williams Cook had a good comment on that as well. And I spotted this via Graham Grieve. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. In any event, everyone, thanks so much for listening. Sorry this video went a little longer. I blame Greg for everything.
My fault.
You and
have a
your
great day.
ad.
Bye-bye.
All right.